feel for you now? Better? Oh.
Yeah, not bad. Okay, I think we're online and good morning or good evening, everyone. It's Camille Jacou from Blackcrows. I'm on direct from my sofa in Chamonix. It's 9 p.m. and I'm just exit from COVID week. It was great, and we're here today and tonight to have a chat about the Ghost Resort movie. We just launched it few days ago about like Fortress, Alberta, and so online tonight we have a good group of people, the main people of this short movie with starting to be good spread online, and we have some good feedback after to have been to in few festivals. So yeah, maybe you guys, I'm gonna ask you to introduce, and maybe we can start with you, Chris, and Chevy in direct from Fortress, and maybe you can tell us, of course, who you are and where you are.
Chris Chevalier or Chevy at Fortress Mountain in Kananaskis, Alberta. Welcome.
Hi, everybody. Chris Mueller, Vice President of Operations up here at Fortress Cape Al Cat Skiing.
And so, if I can see well online, you wearing the gears. To what time is it in Fortress now?
It's 1:00 in the afternoon. Absolutely stunning day with about 18 centimeters fresh, and we're just getting ready for cat skiing tomorrow. So, yay! Cool. Here we go.
Nice.
Wish I was there.
Yeah, that would be fun.
Mark, maybe if you want to introduce yourself.
My name is Mark Abel, and last year I had the opportunity to go to Fortress and go hang out with Chris and Chevy and Callum, and it was really cool just because, it was a place I grew up mogul skiing, so to be able to revisit a place that was dear to my heart was super fun.
And Callum?
Yeah, I'm Callum Pettit. I live in Pemberton, British Columbia, and yeah, it was a great kind of end of the season to travel to Alberta with Mark in the spring, and kind of have a nice cap to winter, and with the year that we didn't really get to travel much due to COVID, it was nice to kind of get out of town and see a new place that I'd never been before. So yeah, the mountains there are stunning, and we had great hosts with Chevy and Chris Mueller there, and good weather, great time.
Yeah, and so maybe thank you guys, and so maybe a few quick words about Ghost, and because the idea with Blackcrows, we had this idea a few years ago with Junior Ainier. We were skiing on the East Coast in US, and we bumped into a guy who started to told about us about like some abandoned ski resort, and there was many in the area, and he told us there was a book about it, and a few weeks later I got this book online, and yeah, the idea popped up of it could be very interesting to go to find some like abandoned ski resort and try to find people who used to ski there, used to work there, and yeah, see what was happening there and what happened, what it shut down, and because of course for us it's a meaning of like what we call ski culture, and yeah, there is life there. There was business. There was adventure, skiing experience, parties, everything, and for us it's meaning a lot. And about the Fortress, me, I was in Chamonix. It was locked down, probably same time, like or end of December 20, and we started to chat with Cam, one of the director of the movie, and because we did the first episode the year before in Ski Rio, in New Mexico together, and we were looking for another spot, and Fortress came on the table, and of course, I never been there, and I've still not been there. I had not the opportunity to be part of the movie and to travel there, but I heard the terrain was great, and so they're starting to digging, and they've been in touch with you guys, and we realized like the terrain was apparently very, very interesting, and you guys, you're still operating cat skiing over there, and we say, okay, there is something, and so really the project started like that from very far away, and maybe Mark, you were telling that you used to compete there, no? When was it?
So I used to compete in mogul skiing, and I first started going to Fortress in 1998, and I believe I competed there for the next 3 years. I think the last time I competed there was in a big air competition. But Fortress was definitely the hub for Canadian freestyle skiing, especially in the West Coast. And so there was always training camps happening up there, and we'd usually have 2 or 3 events up there every year. And it was super fun because they would attract, all the top mogul skiers, aerial skiers from all over North America. And the lodge is kind of the hub of where it all happened. That's where everybody from all the different teams would be hanging out. And I can still remember walking into the lodge. You had that giant hearth in the center, with the big fireplace. And
because you remember the lodge, yeah?
Oh yeah, big time. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it was super fun because when I first started going there, I was 18, and it was probably it was the first place where I could buy a beer legally, because in BC you had to be 19, but in Fortress I was legal. So the bar experience was definitely something. It was new and super fun, and you just had a bunch of like-minded people there, like a bunch of freestyle skiers, a bunch of yahoos, and so the lodge was definitely the life of the party.
Because in the archive we can see in the movies there is moguls, and there is we have some shot of GP Auclair, and I think there's also Jean-Luc Brassin and the aerial too. On the movie you see the shot where you see the jump of the aerial is like still there, destroyed of course, and that's the image we can see on the thing. And me personally, it's really talked to my youth, because I come also from moguls and used to do aerial. So to see all those footage in a place like that, and we have a new friend online, and you guys. So Chris and Chevy. So when did you arrive there?
We started in 2011, which was almost getting on to 10, 11 years now. So it's been a journey going through the bureaucratic process to get the permits to redevelop Fortress. The talk about the freestyle area, Mark, just so you know, we have a ton of interest once we reopen for teams to come back and train where you competed. So we're saving shoot for that, which will be really fun and very special to get competitions back on that train again.
And did you know the Fortress when it was running?
A little bit. I'll tell people that I only had sort of one visit up here very early in the morning to investigate an accident. And they skidooed me up the Canadian Ridge. I to the scene, looked at it, and then after looking at all the documents, put on my suit and tie and off to Calgary to testify on behalf of Fortress, defending themselves in this lawsuit. So that was really my only experience here prior to starting here, and what a gorgeous property it is.
Yeah, it was sort of. I started in the ski industry in '95, and it was always on the hit list. But anytime I sort of planned to come out here, somewhere else got snow, and it's something I regret not skiing the place back when the chairlifts were running. But it's been really, really fun spending the last decade here doing what we're doing. So,
and maybe can you tell to the people who listen to us, like what happened? What did it shut down?
Well, from what we learned, and I spoke to it in the film a little bit, it was owned by RCR. RCR had the leases, and we think that they may have wanted to concentrate on their other properties, and the infrastructure here needed a big capital injection. It then went to the Banff Rail Company, who didn't quite have the means to get it going, and our ownership got it in about 2010, and we started shortly after that. So started in 1967, from what we gather, when the lodge was constructed, 66, 67, and has a long and storied following. A lot of people are very interested in coming back here. A lot of people learned how to ski here. A lot of people skipped school when Fortress was getting dumps and jumped on the ski bus and came up here and skied. So a lot of memories, a lot of history here, and we're doing our very best to try and restart the place. It's a special place.
Yeah. You were mentioning the building and Mark too, and in this I would say ghost-like project. The architecture is something important, because I think it's mean a lot of things. Because during all this golden age of development in ski resorts all over the world, sometimes there's some very crazy iconic building, and this one is probably one of it. And they are pretty open with architecture, and to see that abandoned. Mark, you who used to have your first beer in a bar. The fact to go there, to walk and to in a place abandoned like that, what was the feeling?
Well, it was pretty shocking just to see the state of the lodge. People had gone in and removed all the copper out of the walls and just kind of removed anything of value out of there. So it was, yeah, a little sad just to kind of see it in the state that it was in. But at the same time, I don't know, it brought up a lot of good memories for me, just because of it was just such an exciting time in my life. So, and the fact that they want to disassemble a lot of the lodge and use some of the beams, and they want to keep the existing copper hearth. I don't know. To me, I'm looking forward to seeing that lodge come back to life again. But yeah, no, it was kind of a wild adventure walking through there, because it looks like, there's still old lift tickets there. It looked like, one day they just decide to shut down the lift or shut down the resort, and that was it. They just kind of walked out. They didn't clean up. It was yeah, it was kind of just standing still in time, or frozen in time.
The lift ticket were still there. We can see we can see in the movie. And you?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that was kind of the wild part, was there was still pay stubs that people hadn't that were all these people's names on envelopes for staff members that still hadn't that were gonna get paid. There's just it, like Mark said, it was fully functional one day, and then the next it was just everyone had left, but everything else had stayed. There was even rooms in the main lodge with people's personal belongings still there that they just never came and got. And yeah, pretty.
Yeah, you find some pictures now we can see at the moment, I think. you or Mark is looking for picture of people, and yeah.
And what I was gonna ask, maybe Chev and Mueller, because that building is so like unique with the star shape, and did we ever know who like designed it and other things they'd done?
I don't. I know that our owner Thomas Heath has had contact with some of the family members of the original people that started Fortress, and he has been in touch with them. We're keen to keep the history of this place alive, and Thomas is kind of spearheading that effort on our behalf, which is really good. So we're trying to gather any old photos and memorabilia, because the years that have gone past when this place was open are important, and the memories are important. So we want to try and preserve them as best we can.
Cool. Yeah, like there was so much steel on that roof, hey, like the big beams.
Yeah. No,
there was ski shop inside. There was a ski shop inside.
I'm not sure.
Sorry?
Was there like a ski shop?
Yeah, there used to be a rental shop just beside the day lodge where it is right now. That building was taken down when in our second year of being here. There were two other buildings that we've actually removed. So, yeah.
And it's unfortunate because it seems like the lodge was really well built. Unfortunately, from what I recall, it was just built too low into the water table.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So had it been built up higher, then it probably would have still been in good standing shape right now.
Yeah, those are the two main challenges with that building. Is it's built into the water table, so the basement floods with water every year. And then just with the weather that we get at Fortress, it's kind of in an area that gets drifted in with snow every winter. So I can't imagine the amount of effort they would have had to put in to keep that thing snow free back in the day.
Yeah,
so.
Yeah.
And so we've been mentioning, so there've been few like Hollywood movies who's been shooted there, no?
Yeah, we've done a number of quite large films over the years, which has been really fun for us to host and really interesting to see how Hollywood works. We get to stand kind of behind the camera and watch how they put these big movies together, and you learn pretty quickly why they cost millions of dollars. So that has been really good for us, and something that is good for Alberta, because the economic spin-offs from the film industry coming to Alberta are really good, with everything from job creation to the tens of thousands of hotel rooms that they use when they're here. So we really enjoy and supporting the film industry and hosting movies here. Some of them recently have been Cold Pursuit, Revenant, the Planet of the Apes movie, the Last Born movie, as well as a ton of commercials. Quite easy to get to Alpine up our road, and we seem to be on the film industry map, which is great for the province of Alberta.
And how is access over there? Because I have not been there. So is it long to access to Fortress?
We're just about an hour from the west edge of the city of Calgary, and then off of the main highway. It's an 8-kilometer access road up to the old day lodge and the shops that we're currently working out of, and that's where we want to restart the phase one of the redevelopment with 5 new lifts, new day lodge, and the new sewer and water infrastructure that's already well underway.
Yeah, someone is asking online if Fortress has the same road access like Sunshine Village.
So it would be similar. It's quite similar to most ski area access roads. The one to Sunshine lengthwise, it's probably pretty similar. Chevy just mentioned it's 8 kilometers from the highway exit. Ours is gravel; it's not paved yet. Yeah, pretty standard ski area access road.
And about the terrain, so Carl and Mark, so the skiing there, how is it? Because you've been mostly touring, and how is the terrain?
Do you want it to? I guess.
Yeah, go for it, Cal.
Yeah, you can see there's kind of like a front side, which is where you see kind of from the main lodge there, and where they have some of their shops for the cats and everything. So there's like probably 4 or 5 different ski runs cut on the front side, and then there's another ridge behind that. So there's runs that go down the next little valley. So yeah, you go back to that last slide, 2 slides ago. Anyways, there's the first set of lifts, and then you can go down the other side, and there's another set of lifts. I guess you call it the backside.
Yeah.
And you can kind of see Fortress Mountain from basically everywhere. And yeah, there's a kind of 360-degree views from any ridge that are just
okay.
like really beautiful Rocky Mountains. But how many? There's probably like 4 or 5 lifts.
Previously, yeah, there was 5, I think. 1, 2, 5 or 6 if you count the T-bar, which was 2 lifts in one. So.
And is there people who come for like ski touring too, or it's only
with the cat ski operation? The ski touring community here, which is really active, has been super respectful of the cat ski operation. There's a lot of ski touring all around this area, but we don't see many tours coming because they realize we're running a cat ski operation up here.
There's the cat, yeah. Around the area, it's pretty active.
Yes, yeah, very active ski touring community here.
Oh, that's good. Apparently we have someone who say online is they're gonna visit you next week, and
I look forward to it.
Good.
And when the cat season running, from when to when?
From December to mid-April. And I'm just seeing a question here. Current timeline for reopening Target. It depends on capital raise, but we want to target December 2023. So we'll cat ski for 1 more winter after this one is the current plan. So I hope that answers the question that we're seeing on the screen.
That's the goal. Yeah. It's important. We don't want to get people's hopes up too early. So when it is, we do have an official date, we'll definitely throw that out there. So, but that is the goal.
Because the goal it's really like to reopen. And
definitely, yeah.
And do you have an idea already, like with like how many lifts?
Yeah, we contracted EcoSign resort planners from Whistler, BC to do our master plan. So we worked with them over about 1.5 years, 2 years. And the cat skiing operation was really helpful to see where people ski, where they wind up, how far a snowboarder can glide out at the bottom of a run. When you're designing a ski resort or redesigning a ski resort, you want to be pretty sure you get your lift placements right, because once the concrete's in the ground, it's kind of it. So the cat skiing was super helpful with that, and working with EcoSign, who are pros at ski resort development, was super helpful for the design of phase 1. And phase 1 has been approved by the government of Alberta. So That will include, as I think I mentioned, 5 lifts, the new day lodge, sewer, water, utilities, all the signage that goes with the ski resort.
Yeah. And also
Yeah, and I
that's
guess
good.
sorry, I was just gonna mention that like with the terrain, there's a lot of cool gullies that we kind of noticed. Hey, Mark, like that were fun little terrain features in the trees, but quite like wide, quite nice glading where there was tree skiing, and then there was like
Yeah, really great gullies and really fun wind lips. And the front side of the hill has really great fall line to it. And in and amongst that, you've got great tree skiing. So it really does have a bit of everything for everyone. But
And I
I would
guess
definitely say some of the highlights were those long gully runs that we got to tag team together.
yeah, and then a nice thing too that a lot of resorts you might not think about, but it's pretty important. Like it gets like a nice amount of sun too. On the,
Okay.
I mean, we were there in the spring, but like, does that front side kind of get sunlit at like throughout the whole year?
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, a little shorter this time of the year. We lose sunlight around 3 o'clock, but yeah, the front side and the far side definitely get a lot of sun.
And the scenery there it's super stunning. Coming from the coast and going to the Rockies and being in the heart of it, in Fortress there, I was kind of awestruck most every single day there, just with just how tall and powerful and beautiful the mountains are there. So it's a really beautiful place just to go experience.
I don't know when we're gonna travel again normally after COVID, but I think I need to rush. Probably I will travel and I could buy a ticket and just take the lift, you know. So it could be a good first time at Fortress. And you so because the you have pretty good amount of snow in general over there, no?
Yeah, Fortress definitely gets a significant amount of snow, especially being in the front ranges of the Rockies. I don't know. We're over 2 meters or just approaching 2 meters right now, which is a pretty good start to ski season for us. So
yeah, no, because to go back on the ski resort who shut down, you know, most of the time now, and it will be unfortunately more and more, it's due to the lack of snow, especially for resort in the in low altitude. And if you look at France, where we have many small ski resorts also in low altitude, now they are really facing that it's changing, and they need to adapt their way. And skiing is gonna go higher and higher in the ski resort in high altitude. So. But for you guys, it was a different problem. So if you have snow, you're lucky. We will definitely go for sure.
Yeah, I feel like global warming will only probably help Alberta with more snow. Historically, it's mainly it's pretty cold and not a lot of precipitation maybe in average years, but it seems like that area, there wouldn't be, like if it gets a few degrees warmer, you're still going to get snow there.
Still get snow.
Compared
and
to
is there is there other ski area in the region? Or?
Yeah, Nikiska, which hosted the 1988 Olympics, is just about 15 minutes to our north. So we're neighbors, but very different ski resort than Fortress. We seem to be in our own little weather world here with snow and different offering, a lot more tree skiing here. Nikiska is more big, wide open runs suited for racing, race training, and really fun place. So I think that when we're able to reopen, that Fortress and Nikiska, we will complement the skiing offerings in the Kananaskis Valley. we're so close together. We hope to have a mutual pass where pass holders can ski either resort, and we've broached that briefly with some of the people at Nikiska, and as we get closer, we'll enter into more serious talks about that. But good neighbor to have, just very close to us.
No, that's good. But apparently, we got like a amount of question of people asking like when it's gonna reopen. So apparently, there's a good enthusiasm behind. And no, but thank you guys. I don't know if Cal or Mark, you want to add something about this experience, or if you're looking to find another resort like that.
Well, I just want to say that Chris and Chevy just made us feel at home there. And I don't know, to me, it's really cool to see that kind of spirit driving forward a ski resort, from them having a cat skiing operation right now to, collecting water and then using some of that water for making beer and just ski touring themselves up there. I really felt like these guys are doing it for the right reasons because they're super passionate about those mountains and about skiing in general. And I think that should be the fundamental reason for why people start ski resorts. So I thought that was really inspiring.
Well, we enjoyed having you guys and the crew here. It was very, very fun, very special for us. So thank you.
Yeah, let's do it again.
Yeah, it was a really fun week. I quite enjoyed it. So.
You know where we are. Come and visit.
I was gonna just mention one more thing too that maybe Kemi doesn't realize, but one of the cool things about going there compared to maybe we're used to it in BC and Alberta, but in Europe it's definitely not common where you're driving for like at least half an hour from the closest town, and there's like no buildings or infrastructure. You like definitely feel out in the wild when you're going to Fortress, because you're like near this. Is it a provincial park or national park?
Well, the Fortress lease, which is about 3,600 acres, predates the formation of Kananaskis country. So the park system was formed around our lease. So it's quite a large chunk of crown, very special crown land surrounded by parks. So you're entirely right. You don't see any development anywhere beyond our boundaries. So it feels like and you are in the absolute wilderness when you're skiing up here.
Like remember Mark, one of the first days we came up to Fortress, at the bottom of the road there was a huge moose just lying like in this creek. So it's cool how like there's just wildlife all right around that whole area, and you definitely, compared to Europe, like where everything's developed along the highways and road, where you're driving for like miles or kilometers, and all you see is nature and like no buildings, and so yeah, it's cool. It's definitely like a cool place where you disconnect and you feel like you're away from civilization.
Well, that's the vibe we want to keep. We want to foster with some creature comforts, and I think that the two can exist together pretty well.
Nice, nice. And we're asking who've been filmed. Maybe Mark, if you can tell a word about Cam and Bob, who filmed this movie.
Yeah, absolutely. So it was a couple good friends of mine named Brian Smith and Cam Sylvester from Real Water Media. And I've done a fair bit of filming with them in the past with Michelle Parker and her TV series. But they're super fun to travel with and incredibly hardworking. And I think what made them so perfect for this job is that they could really see the bigger picture of the storyline. and then still get down to the little macro details of
The texture.
yeah, all the texture, exactly. All the texture that makes up the the peeling paints and the papers fluttering in the wind, like all those little things that kind of help tell the bigger picture of the story. And so even when Calum and I were done at the end of the day and off the mountain, those guys would keep walking around and keep exploring the lodge and walking around with Chris and Chevy and just trying to get all the details to really tell the story.
Yeah, that's true. That's pretty fascinating when you go in places like that and you just kind of discover the past and for like filmography and details and create atmosphere. I think they've been great and even from Fife, I didn't have the luck to go there. You can really feel the place, and that's behind this project. But thank you guys. I think we're gonna stop here and Chris Chevy, and really good luck for the opening. I hope we will join, especially if we can do an opening party maybe with
Absolutely.
everyone. Come skiing and yeah, hope it will happen soon.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we're working on it, and we want to reopen it for all the folks in Alberta who grew up skiing here and who might want to have their kids learn how to ski here as well. So
yeah, it's great to could bring the kids on snow not far from where you live, for sure. That's very important. Cool. Thank you so much. Thank you guys for your
thanks everybody.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thanks for having us on.
It was a pleasure.
See you soon. Bye-bye. Ciao.
Bye.
Take care.